Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to take a look at Vincent's biographical collection. The reason I call it biographical is that Vincent kept a lot of his watches from when he was young. Starting off, these three quartz watches, Burberry, Chronograph, Hugo Boss Square, and then a Guess, sort of Tournay, but it's Tourneau, but it's a rectangular one. Now, the good thing about that is that they're all different, round, square, and rectangular. And so, yes, they're quartz, and so I won't spend a whole lot of time on them, but it's an interesting thing that when Vincent was younger, he hung on to that. Now, the first watch that Vincent got that was more toward what we'll call conventional mechanical watch collection is this Omega Constellation chronometer. Now, the important thing about having a chronometer or a watch that says chronometer on the dial is that it means it's been through the COSC qualifications. And so that's a good watch for starting off. The only Omega that I think would be a better starting watch than something like this would be one with a coaxial. But that can come along later. I think this is a really good start. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice is that a lot of the sizes are smaller. This one's 36 millimeters, and some of the other ones are equally small, which if you've got a smaller wrist, you're very fortunate because there are a lot of very good buys for excellent watches with a smaller wrist. Okay, moving right along, we've got this Rolex Air King Precision 1. This watch, I like Air Kings. I mean, I really do. This one's 34 millimeters. I like the bigger ones, more like 40, but that's me and not Vincent. And the thing that's nice about this one is that you can see, that's the picture on Vincent's wrist, it fits extremely well, and so you wouldn't want a bigger one. The dial on the Air King I happen to like is what I call the Bloodhound one. Some years ago, Rolex designed this watch dial for a land racer called the Bloodhound, and then it took those dials and used them on the Air King. And but this one's a very nice one. And one of the things that I noticed about Vincent's collection is that they tend to be a little dressier, not dress, but a little dressier, which is for for a good office watch or for any kind of professional thing, it's important to have. Now this next Rolex is Oyster Perpetual Date Just. This one again, 36 millimeters. Roman numerals, great big old date window at 3 o'clock. This is a good looking watch. The 116-200. This one can sort of get you around just about anything where, and also probably get you mugged too. So it's got to be something you'd wear and carry. But I like this. But this is a great one for a dress watch, even a dressy dress watch. I think this one would go over well. Now, this next one, and you can see the progression. This is a fantastic choice. Getting into High Horology, Sazzle Acuto Reverso Tribute. This one's from 2017, so it's a pretty new one. Love this design, I really do. On one side you have the white dial with the blue hands, and you have the moon phase and a hand date. Gorgeous watch. You flip it over and it's on the dark side. You have the day-night indicator, and you have it in a nice two-tone blue with a sort of a checkered, not checkered, but I don't know, sort of almost chainmail, I guess. I'm not sure what they call that deloche, but I like it. And I like the little day-night indicator on that. Okay, this last watch is an interesting one. It's a Seiko Presage, and it has what's called an Irish coffee dial. I like Irish coffee, and I like that color. It's a wonderful looking watch. This would be a premier office watch. It could probably go with as a dress watch, but with the Sazzle Acuto and that gold date just. This one would be better as sort of as more like a premier office watch. Great looking watch, great choice. And so this is something I think that is really sort of fills out Vincent's collection. Now, for further suggestions, I think that there comes a point in time, just as there was when you went through from the quartz to the Constellation to the two Rolexes to the Sazzle Acuto and then the Presage. And all of those watches are ones that are not uncommon, I'll put it that way. And I thought, well, maybe you ought to take a look at these. One is Antoine Prezuzio Sienna. I've seen these advertised in smaller sizes. It's a different watch. It's by a watchmaker, an individual watchmaker. And this is something I think would go well in anybody's collection. And there are none of those so far in Vincent's collection. The other one is the Daniel Roth Chronograph. Again, this particular one is a smaller size. And I noticed that Vincent didn't have a chronograph. And usually when people get chronographs, they get some big bulky thing like this. This is not a chronograph. It's just big one. But this one is a smaller one, a little dressier. I think it's a very interesting one. And again, it's by Daniel Roth. So this would be my recommendation, is that rather than pushing more toward the same direction in terms of getting, let's say, a Vacheron Content 10 or a Patek Philippe or something like that, I would go for these for looking for some individual watchmakers, Roger Dubuis. And if you look back in the early 2000s, even to the late 90s, you'll find a lot of them with a smaller dial size. And that, I think, would be a great addition to your collection. And of course, as always, I'm interested very much in what the viewers have to say. Any comments or suggestions would be most welcome. And of course, this is always an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. Till next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side. And hey, would really like to see your collection if you're interested in having it reviewed. Take care.